The famous first words of every good YouTuber, is this thing recording?
So this week on Friends and No Jake.
This week on Friends with Jake.
Now, let me check and see if this is working.
On this episode of Friends That Know Jake, we're racing at LEXUS, the racetrack.
Without Jake.
Without Jake.
Because he had more important shit to do, apparently.
He was doing some Jay-Z things. I don't know, I think he was just blowing his mates off. That's what you're doing, Jay-Z.
Yeah, well, that's what Jay-Z stands for, isn't it?
Just...
What are we doing today, Nick?
Might come as a surprise to some people, but we're doing it again. Maybe at some point, Jacob will finish his f***ing Crusader and we can race both cars. Wouldn't it be nice, etc, etc. We're actually testing MCA suspension today. MCA box on the floor. We did bring the old ones just in case. See how these pan out before we decide to put the sticker on the side of the car. Colin's got MCA suspension in his car too. He's doing the same setup that I am. He already put stickers on his car because he's a fanboy.
He has faith.
I've got faith. I just want to see results. We took a car that we know basically on nearly any track will go mid 1.3s to the 60 foot and change the thing that makes it do that. See how we go. We know what it should go today in terms of 60 foot, so we'll see how it goes with this stuff. But today's main goal is Radial Ruckus is a 580 class index. We're just coming to smash some 580s. It's a test day before Kenda. Kenda starts tomorrow. We want to run heaps of 580s, kick Car Keith's ass and win the championship. So currently I am 2 rounds in front of Car Keith in the championship. I'm first, he's second. Third, I believe third is 4 or 5 behind us. They can mathematically still do it if I didn't rock up tomorrow. It'd be a very, I mean at this point, if I was to blow the motor in this thing tonight, I've got another motor that I'll just put in to run tomorrow. Like, I'm not scared. I'm confident. I'm not cocky, but I'm confident. You got to remember, in Sydney, it threw everyone a bit of a curveball in terms of the track was that good that it just put everybody out of sync and the cars were going so much faster. Whereas here, Car Keith and that, they've got a tune up. They know their car goes 580s. They've got that sorted. Today's going to be, for me, a matter of getting that tune up, getting that 580. So I'm going to start basically where I was in Sydney with the same tune up, and we'll see where we sit, see where we lay, see what happens. Tune around it, get some 580s today, and then set out their suspension and call it done, and go get something good for dinner, I guess. I should just quickly add into the video really quick that Scott was right. Street cars don't need trailers. Scott, keen to see your car out here with no trailer. Many cars out here as part of the Kenda Radial Ride. This is the biggest event of the year. And the really cool thing about that, all the guys that are bringing over cars into Australia, bring them over for this event. For example, cars that the blue car's not here, but if you look over here, you may be able to see with the camera, there's a red 2021 Camaro over there. That might just look like another door slammer, but that car is, I don't know what engine's in it now, but it was the fastest car with a small block. Full stop, 353 in the States, Sweet 16, I think a year ago, a year and a half ago. That car is as far to the front of radial racing as you can get. That car could go to the United States right now and top qualify in radial as well, let alone at Kenda in Australia. It is really cool to be able to see cars like that in Australia racing. Like, it's just really, really awesome. Hey Jake, you want to show me that data? Which ones should I be changing?
What you doing?
I'm doing all the things that I should have done in the beginning, like change spark plugs, so we had an actual idea on what's going on, and well, this isn't what I should have done, this is just changing injectors. So we're going to change cylinder 3 secondary. Well, unfortunately I don't have 8 spares, I only bought like 6.
So how'd the first run go?
Terrible. Really hot. So I'll change secondary 2 and secondary 3. Does that seem plausible?
2 and 3, yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Okay.
4's line is perfectly in line with number 1.
Then when the 4 comes out the side of it, it's going to hit the starter motor and it's an electrical problem. So it's fine.
Yeah. Well, I'm staring at a laptop, so it's an electrical problem here too.
The problems are 5 and 6 aren't even working.
Tuna.
So, how long did you want to stand on your trans brake for?
Dude,
Yeah.
what the f was going? I was on it for 4.5 seconds.
We saw it, and then he bumped the whole way through.
Well, the thing is, so this car.
Let me just be over here so that we can discuss
Let's
this.
just come on. Sorry, let's
Right, Aaron hates when we do this.
for me, sort of like point out the obvious here. This car in Sydney had bump problems, right? So what I would do, even though I don't like staging first, is I would stage first, so I made sure I was in. Like as soon as I went to pre-stage, I'd bring it up and bump it in, so I knew that the bump worked. When you've got bump problems, don't f***ing hold people out. It just it ruins. Like this trans is 132 degrees or something like that on the return road.
All right, we're going to another 3RZ. Nick's probably not as rude. Probably is. I wouldn't even know. No more 3RZ interviews. Come on, plug something.
Oh, yes.
Are you guys filming? Why are you filming?
Hello.
We're meant to be doing a vlog.
Get on to Jake and Friends on
Yeah,
YouTube.
where's the camera?
Give us our cameraman's
not even here.
Oh man, come on.
I know,
How's this channel?
We have a standing cameraman. Hey, how you going?
You don't even have a GoPro on the roof, but you got the mounts.
Put your GoPro on.
What happened?
You
Oh,
got
I
some
can't. I got
TikTok
too much going on, like eating lollies and streaming. Streetcar. Scott said streetcar. It actually is. Did you drive?
Scott.
Hang on. Nah, should I ask that?
No. We got something to say about that.
Wait.
Hey, Scott, I drove this car here today.
Did you actually?
Yeah.
Oh wow. Okay. I was gonna ask that. I was gonna ask that, but I didn't want to be rude.
Hang on, if Wes, stop for a sec. Hang on.
Oh, here we go.
I drove it here in the rain.
Yes, Scott.
You know, it
wasn't-
from the Gold Coast.
But
Scott. Oh, look at that! In the rain, driving to the racetrack because it's a street car. Scott.
That was filmed from the passenger seat, though.
Should we ask him if he's driving the K10 here?
I reckon we should.
Should we ask? Should we ask?
Yeah.
I expect to see Scott tomorrow with no trailer. If
Oh,
I see
there
a
you go.
trailer, I'm taking his shirt off.
3 hours. Are you in the same class or what? What's the go? What's he in?
Me and Scott.
Yeah.
No, he'll be in 235.
Oh, and what are you in? Something
Ruffles,
else.
the 5.
Yeah, okay. So that's how good I am with the classes at
I
radio.
reckon Scott's got the fastest pro street 3R.
Oh, I swear, if I hear another alternate, nah, I don't want to know about any of that. I don't want to know about any of that.
We've had a little bit of a whoopsie. It's a bit of an unsuccessful pass on Nick's part. Now we've got to go get the ute, take it down the other end there and go drag Nick back. Apparently he dropped oil pressure on the start line or just as he took off or something. It sounded like it was hitting cuts for most of the pass and it was like running on 1 or 2 cylinders. So no doubt the ECU was just wigging out. I think they've got a fail-safe in them where you can still kind of limp them a certain distance, but he's not going to push it. So
Might be on for a long night, eh?
he might be.
Hey, buddy.
Oh, hey.
What's news?
The sensor's plugged in, but we have no oil pressure.
Is oil pressure crucial, or can we run without
It's
it?
definitely crucial. That's
Pretty
why I was in
crucial?
that limp mode. I was like, what's going on? And I'm like, because it does that little boop, boop, boop thing when the launch control's on. And I was like, oh, maybe it's just that. So I'm turning all the launch control and stuff off, and I look back up, and I'm like, no, still not that. I'm like, what's going on here? And I look up, and I see oil pressure 0. I'm like, oh, God, that's bad. Look back, saw no smoke. I was like, I got back here, and the belly pan's dry. Everything's dry.
Does it sound alright?
Yeah, it sounds fine. Like, I'll do this at my own peril, but I mean, like... And the sensor's plugged in. What I want to do is I want to get back and the easiest way to check, and we've had this in the past from someone else who had an oil pressure problem, an oil pressure sensor problem, and screamed that it was an oil pressure problem. You can just take that off, the thing for the turbo, and start it up and see if it's flowing oil. If it's flowing oil and you've got pressure. RZs do break oil pump gears, and I'm well and truly beyond where an oil pump gear would break on an RZ. We could be going and getting another engine, or we might not be. Who knows?
Time will tell.
A whole day tomorrow to get an engine together.
Put Maddie's engine in it. The engine's sitting there. It's ready to go. The engine's sitting at Kip's house, and I know where there's powder rods. We can actually build a better engine than this. Obviously, it sucks because I didn't really want to have to be fixing a car, but at the same time, this is why we test.
I just love it straight after we gave off heaps of shit about driving a street car out.
Yeah.
Next spot running
I
brakes.
drove this here, you head. Oh, I'm gonna go around the cross member.
Okay.
So, y'all want to build a 3RZ tonight, or?
Nope.
No. I guess I'm gonna do it alone then. Don't erase that.
Looking at data.
Yeah, we're going to see what happened to oil pressure. Because if it's just gone flatline 0, engine health, please. We want oil pressure. It goes from 650, 620 to 0. It just goes flat like it.
Is it?
Oh, it does come down a little bit.
That little white line
That one there.
is not great.
No, so this is it losing oil pressure. This is me trying to rev through the oil pressure. Trying to rev through the engine protection.
You're goddamn right. That's exactly how you treat engine protection.
That's me like, why are you not running?
I've got a half-built motor in there of me trying to rev through an engine protection.
That'll be hot, Jake.
I'm aware.
No, it won't. There's no oil flowing through it.
Why would it be hot? There's empty. Oh, no, he's right. It's hot. He's all done.
That looks dry, hey.
Yeah, but it also hasn't driven. Hang on.
No, we need to do it better than that.
I'm only gonna run it for like 10 seconds, right? Not even. You good?
Yeah.
That should have oil pressure.
Nah.
A drop.
Nah, we did.
Not a drop.
So now the question is, there's many schools of thought here and there's many different ways that we can do this.
The first thing is we apologise to Scott about the streetcar.
Oh yeah. Yeah, okay, so before that run, we might just add that Import Media came over and I did a little live feed and be like, haha, I drove this car here. I did drive it here on perfect oil pressure. Turns out, no longer anymore. That's fine, I apologise. Scott, you win this game. There's different ways of thinking how we attack this. We can either, A, go straight to the point and pull the engine out. We absolutely can do that. We may even end up doing that. Or we can do the option B, which is push the car up onto there. It's not the right way to do it. Take the oil pump cover off the front and pull the oil pump gears out, put some new ones in.
Do you need to, is it just crank pulley off to do that?
Yeah, crank pulley and that cover just unbolts. This is the Achilles heel with this deal, is that pulley comes off, pump cover comes off, you can get to the gears, that's all easy. The problem is, if you want to pull the sump off, you got to pull the engine out. So you can get to there, but you can't get anywhere else.
Basically, if you pull that off and the gears are broken, we can replace them and put it back on. Or is it we pull it off, look in there and go, oh, they're broken.
If we look in there and the gears are broken, and we can make the call of either put new gears in,
we'll come back with a trailer.
We can either, well, I don't have gears, so, but anyway, it'll be we can put new gears in, or option B, we should really be checking the bearings and shit, and it's had no oil pressure for 20 seconds, which even though it wasn't at full throttle, so it wasn't like it was under load, it's not nice.
Wasn't a lack of trying.
I was trying, but the M-Tron was protecting it. We spent all this money on fancy ECUs to have this engine protection. I'm sitting in the car like, shut up!
No, we can rev through this.
M-Tron's like, I'm gonna save your engine, and I'm like, shut up, M-Tron!
I'm gonna save, you worry about the engine, I'm gonna save this run.
I would say don't be desperate and save yourself other components in the long run. It'd probably be worth checking.
From road trip as well.
So the thing is, if this bottom end is okay, like if the rods are okay, which I can't see why they wouldn't be, and if the crank's okay, which I can't see why it wouldn't be. So there's an option here where I have nearly everything here I have nearly everything at home to fix whatever's going on with it.
Why don't we?
I've got a better idea. Right, let's go ask whoever's staying here for the entire 3 days if we can just take their trailer, load the car up, just take it back to your house tonight and bring it back tomorrow.
Yeah, I get that, but then when we get the trailer, we've got to figure out what the we've got to then go home. We'd waste an hour to decide that, hey, the oil pump gears are
But then
if I'm taking home, pulling the motor out.
Yeah.
There's no ifs, buts or maybes about that.
Yeah, but it's not like we're trying to get back out on track in 40 minutes. We're trying to get back on track
24 hours.
24 hours.
Yeah, this is where I make the point of when Maddie was like, oh, why do they drag that event out so long and go from 4 till 10 every day? Like, it takes so long. And I'm like, because when you're an engine, you've got an entire day to fix it again. Here we are, boys and girls. Look what happens when I touch a laptop. I have no doubt in my mind there's broken pump gears. Yeah. It's fucking super common on RZs. Which, Nick, you should go external oil pump. I don't need that shit. It still works.
Did a pretty good run out of it.
What a wanker
Captain Hindsight.
You got like, what, 2 years out of it?
Yeah,
3 years.
To be fair, it's done at least a year.
It's done like 5 or 6 kilometers of driving under acceleration.
Dude, it's done that car. that vehicle.
Cars, aren't they
that
amazing?
vehicle itself. This whole street car. That car clicked over 5,000 k's on the way here since it's had an RZ in it. So I've driven that on the street 5,000
Been
k's.
a fucking rough 5,000.
Not loved it. Like we can point out the Denala Pearl on the side of it, and like, it's not loved that 5,000. It's the second engine.
Yeah, it is.
It's the first gearbox, second engine, second turbo.
But it's not the first.
Probably its upteenth amount of injectors.
It's not its first attempt at the first gearbox, though, is it?
No, it's tried to hurt that a few times.
The only original part's the diff.
No. Oh yeah, it is. Yeah.
No, didn't you change that?
No, the diff's the original part, but everything around the diff's not. The axles aren't. The hubs, the brakes, and the center of the diff.
Brakes aren't. You broke a rotor in
What I'm
half.
hearing here is Ryan was willing to pull the 2J out of his Tirana to save Danny's weekend. Hey Ryan, can I have a 2J?
No, more to the point. No, I got to get the shot. Hang on.
I don't want his 2J. This is a slapper.
Lucky man, I want that too, Jay. Like.
You haven't raced for ages yet now.
I know.
What's another couple of months?
Oh, you know.
Right,
Well,
see ya.
thanks.
And on that note, that ends us on our.
And Jake's like, yeah, me too, see you boys. Yeah.
Nah, I think we gotta do a proper thing because I need you both standing in the light and away.
This, where he's facing here, we're good?
Yeah, this is the bag.
This will conclude our first day of testing of Kenda, a very unsuccessful day of testing at Kenda.
You didn't go down.
We're standing uncomfortably close together.
We
like
really
this
are.
feels really odd. Like
Last time Nick and I stood this close, we touched.
Look, the good height. See?
I'm not panning down.
Wow.
Here,
okay.
I'll do it. Here, allow me.
We got this.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen like the POV things and people hold the camera? It's really weird.
I have to edit this.
Yeah. That'll
Stay tuned.
Stay tuned for
POV.
however we just.
That mic doesn't pick up things.
So stay tuned for however.
I have to edit this.
Stay tuned for however we decide to fix this thing because we've got to qualify tomorrow and we've got to race Saturdays.
Time for an all-nighter.
Time for no working on anyone else's stuff besides my own. So
I love the way he says "we" as if I'm not also in the middle of building a car.
You're not.
This is the car right now.
If you're in the middle of building that car,
I've also worked less than usual this week. I can't afford to continue not working.
if right now you're in the middle of building that car, you got like 4 months before you finish it.
We're past the halfway point.
That's what I'm saying. You're not in the middle. If you're in the middle right now, you got a long way before you finish.
we're on the other side of the middle.
That's what I'm saying. You just said I'm in the middle. It's like, no, you're not.
The
You
middle
better
was
not
around
be in the middle.
lunchtime today, and now we're on the repair.
You're nearly onto the fabrication part of your rebuild.
Well, at lunchtime today, that was a bare block that was just starting to get assembled.
Can we just point out that bare block has been bare for a while?
Yep, but now it got assembled.
Okay, sign it off. My hands are getting hurt. So.
And on that note, stay tuned. See you later. See you. Bye. Bye.